It was March 30th, 2009 when my day changed, and of course for the better. It was the day Ramu came into our lives at the age of only 8 weeks. I personally had no idea we were getting a puppy that day and was so excited to bring him home. He was from a litter of 8 puppies, and while we had so many puppies to choose from, he stood out the most in our eyes. After all, he was just so shy and the sweetest little golden retriever puppy ever. Even though I was really scared of him on the first day, that quickly changed after a couple days. I eventually had no problem lifting him up and always had him in my sight. Soon his curiosity took over. He wanted to learn everything, like climbing the stairs or playing with the sprinklers, which he would play non-stop. It was actually really adorable since he would violently attack the sprinklers thinking it was some kind of threat and would play till he ran out of energy. And even learned how to swim in the lake. Lucky for him, we had a lake in our backyard, so once he got over the fear of water, he was able to play fetch whenever he wanted to. Most people would think dogs are scared of water, but he was different. He absolutely loved it. If he ever saw any water, he would run over to it without any hesitation and have the time of his life, which is why when our backyard got flooded, it was his chance to jump in the water. And of course he always wanted to be with us, so he even swam alongside when we went rafting in the lake. As far as I remember we always played with him. Whatever it was, a ball or a chew toy, he would eagerly watch our hands for his chance to chase it. He was so energetic and I absolutely loved the energy. There was no day that was boring with him. In fact, many of our friends also loved his energy. It was actually because of how friendly he was that many of our friends got over their fears of dogs. And there was no need for a leash. He would always casually walk beside me even at the park. It was after we got him, we started going camping and hiking a lot. We went to so many places with him. One of the first places we went was hiking out High Falls. When he saw a waterfall there, he couldn't contain his excitement. He was ready to jump in and swim in the water, but unfortunately he slipped and fell down the falls and hurt himself. However, luckily a lady nearby helped bring him back to shore. You may think this might have scarred him and got him scared of water, but he quickly got over it. And then we went to Noda for camping. There he realized camping was an opportunity to use his puppy dog eyes and his non-stop drooling to get human food. He really liked camping overall because it meant that we were always there in his sight, and it was his chance to be free on our hikes wherever we went. Another place we went was Unicoi State Park, where we went hiking with a couple of our friends. Here, he was often free from his leash and had another dog to accompany him on the hike. He and the other dog, Cash, would run into the woods exploring on their own and would come running back to us if we called their name, well, most of the time. It was just really fun with everyone there, and Ramu really enjoyed that too. And then once we were done with the hike, he was always just so exhausted and would sleep forever. We also went camping at Chiloe Campground. There we went hiking expecting to see a waterfall, but sadly there was no water, meaning no water for Ramu to play in. Although that didn't stop him from having fun. When I went climbing up the rocks, which was basically super steep, Ramu, being him, wanted to follow me up the rocks even if it was technically impossible for him to climb up, but somehow he somewhat climbed up. And being the free spirit he was, he always walked freely. And just being the silliest dog, even if that meant sitting on a table. And for some reason, he was always scared we would leave him, so he would always do the craziest things, like standing on the ramp to get in the car, so it was impossible for us to leave him. So far, he must seem like a friendly dog, but when it came to outside threats, he was always so fearsome. He would always guard us from any threats, including strangers, animals like snakes. There were so many times when he would sniff out snakes in our backyard, and we would have to yell at him to get away from it.
Ramu, no!
And however old he was, he always loved the water. And was just super friendly with other dogs too. And in fact, he even rode a Ferris wheel in Ohio when we went to visit my brother. He was super nervous on it actually, but still survived. Even in this last year, he never seemed weak. He was still so energetic and had the same playful excitement when he saw another dog. And even played in the snow. And I just absolutely loved him with all my heart. I never thought I would lose you so quickly, and it was just devastating for me. But Ramu, you will always be my best bud. I will never forget how we grew up alongside together, and it has come time to move forward to new steps in my life without you, but you will always be in my heart.